Team has taken one in this series. They will play the Astros here at home tomorrow night at 7:10. You'll, of course, hear that here on MMS. And they'll play them Friday and on Saturday. Oh, 4 games. I think they're working in. Are any of these a doubleheader? No, just a 4-game series. Anywho, so Guardians Astros tomorrow night after they wrap up the series today against the Diamondbacks. If you listen on iHeartRadio, you can always leave us messages there with the talkback button.
Hey guys, hate the show. I listened to Cody's podcast and it took him 30 minutes to tell us one thing. That Beyonce's new album sucks. This is coming from a fellow gay man. Love you, bye.
Is the implication that you have to be gay to enjoy the new Beyonce album? Is that what he's saying?
That's what he's saying, but I don't agree with that at all. Oh. And I express...
There's some promotion for your podcast.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
A lot of it.
I'm going to take some clips and put together a little something, because I just think it's wrong. I don't like the way, I don't like stan culture as it is right now, because artists are...
Explain that for the people who might not be extremely online.
The song Stan by Eminem is about a crazed fan. Please write me, please acknowledge my existence so I can go on with my life. So now they call diehard fans Beehive, Little Monsters,
Swifties.
whatever, Swifties.
For instance, I stan the baby rhino at the Cleveland Zoo.
Did they pick a name yet?
I don't think so. I'm hoping for Rhino McRhino Face, but I don't know that they. That
was all like Ada or Ava or something like that.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah.
Come on, give it like a cool name. Oh, anyway, so there you go.
Yeah, no, I don't like stan culture where these artists can't do any wrong. If there's a song that comes out,
but wouldn't you want, if that were you, wouldn't you want diehard fans? Because you're not responsible for what they do. Once in a while, you'll have to come out as a high-profile person and say, "Hey guys, please, treat people who might not be as big of a fan of mine as you, Taylor Swift or something." Every so often, they've got to come out and admonish their hardcore fans. But that's as far as it goes.
But
and they don't even have to do that.
But it leads to crappy work, because this album is not her best. It's not. She's really reaching. And just like what you said, where she's trying to reach a younger audience, she is. She's relying on the fact that the gays will support her no matter what, and it pisses me off that she's right. They will.
How are you inferring all that?
Well,
because she dedicated this album to her late gay uncle, which I didn't even know until this album came out that she had a late gay uncle. I knew Jay-Z's mother was.
I should got to call him out for being...
Could you imagine if
he's always late?
CPT. Could you imagine?
Black. We don't have to say that.
Could you imagine if he wasn't out and she outed him in the credits of her album?
Yeah.
This is to my gay.
This is to my gay Uncle Larry. They're like, her family's like, clutching their pearls. Larry was gay. What? I mean, her phone starts blowing up.
Beyonce's been a solo artist for how long now? Or she's had
20 years, right?
20 years.
Not 20 years. She was still in Destiny's Child up until probably about
2004, 2005?
Probably 2007.
Okay.
But
even that, she's had a 20-plus year career at this point. And what I was going to say is, I don't think there's a ton of artists that put out their best stuff 20 years into their career. They might be lucky to get another hit, but I can't think of a lot of artists that have a 20-year career. And
Van Halen, Bill.
What? And what song was that?
With Gary Sharon. Hello.
Okay. You know what that
Van
is.
Halen.
You got me. No, I mean, there's definitely
but her fans
artists that do it, but I'm saying it doesn't necessarily, that's just something you settle into as an artist. You go, I'm just doing the stuff that I want to do now.
I understand that. But it's up to her. I don't begrudge her for putting out the album that she put out. This is the album that she wanted to put out. She is absolutely allowed to experiment. But her fans, they will say it's the best no matter what, and it's not, and it pisses me off. It's not the best album she's ever made.
That makes you mad when other people think that it's great.
But what if it's the best to them?
It's not. It's
It's
mediocre.
not, Bill.
It's not.
But what if to them it's really speaking to them?
They will say no matter
way.
what.
Huh.
Their history has led them. The history has led me to believe that no matter what Beyonce puts out, they will say it's the best. She's number one. She's the greatest living entertainer. Okay, that's what people are saying, and I'm like, all right. She is very entertaining.
Well, to them, yeah.
But that's her fans.
Was she ever your number one?
Yes, she was. Her music really did speak to a certain part of me, and I really identified with what she was putting out. But it just, her music changed.
It's supposed to.
Yeah.
And that's okay, but it's not
because you're damned if you do it and you're damned if you don't. People will complain
yeah.
if you sound like you haven't evolved either.
But Lady Gaga
just putting out the same stuff.
Lady Gaga is a
Come on, AC/DC, learn another chord.
Lady Gaga is a great example of being consistently inconsistent. She has a theme of the type of art that she puts out.
But people are also very, very critical of her back and forth.
But when you're at their level, there's going to be people that absolutely love it, and there's going to be people that are like they're not into it.
That's what you want. If everybody loves what you're doing something wrong.
When she came out and did that stupid jazz album with Tony Bennett, I was like, Gaga, you had a great thing going.
That's
what
her
are you
best
doing?
thing.
No, it's not.
It is absolutely the best thing she's ever done.
Art Pop was her greatest album, and it never got
all worked up.
It never got the promotion it was due to. Justice for Art Pop.
Justice for her and Tony Bennett. She was singing with a guy with pudding for a brain at that point.
Okay, that's a good point.
He couldn't.
They're like, unforgettable.
Everything's forgettable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All he could do at that point was sing those songs. And I love it.
There was another song out. This is a completely different. This is another example, but two completely different artists, Justin Bieber and Shawn Mendes. They put out that song, "The Monster," and it was an utter flop. And people were like, "Oh my gosh, two of my number one Canadians are doing a song together. My life is made." Oh, just because they're good looking and they can sing does not mean they made a good song. That song
Yeah, but they're not
was
appealing.
a flop.
But their fans aren't music critics. Their fans are teenage girls.
Yeah,
They're not music critics. They're not writing for Rolling Stone magazine.
But
you know,
they
it's funny.
should.
Speaking of Lady Gaga, I had never really listened to that song "Shallow" before that they did for A Star Is Born, her and Bradley Cooper. And it was on, coming back from Jersey, we had nothing but regular radio in Pennsylvania, and I was punching around, and it comes on, and I like her. And, I think she's obviously very talented. But everybody was just creaming their jeans over Bradley Cooper. They're like, oh my God, he did such a great job, blah, 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 and he learned how to sing. He has like 2 lines in that song. You get to the end of the song, and I keep waiting for him to come back in, and I go to Gwen, I go, oh, so he just sings like the first 2 lines, and then it's all Lady Gaga.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean.
So why were they making such a big deal about the fact that he could hold a tune for 4 lines? Like,
because they didn't know you could do that.
Huh.
I can't do that.
I think you could. Yes, you could.
I don't
if
think
you
so.
had minimal training, which he said he did, that he got into character and he learned to sing. Now, I didn't see the movie.
Well, you should see the movie.
Okay. He sings a lot more, I assume.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to give it away, but he gets trapped in the garage, starves to death.
I mean, I saw the Chris Christopherson Barbara Streisand trapped in the garage. Well, where a lot
That's
of
what I assume.
Now he's
happened.
opening
They
the
didn't
garage door.
They didn't show it, so they left it up to my interpretation.
Lady
I like to
Gaga.
pretend that he got so drunk he got
starves
starved.
to death.
Lady Gaga.
He was in there for 2 weeks, starved to death.
Well, listen, a lot of people, that's just bad timing because a lot of people keep food in the garage, storage, or there was none
That's
in
how his life was.
Oh,
It was such a
man.
mess.
Yeah.
All he had to do was hit the button.
And open it up. Get some air in there.
That's how drunk he was.
Stephen Canton says, very weird. Tony Bennett is 96 years old today.
No. Is he still alive?
Yes,
he
has
is.
dementia,
Yeah, Tony
severe
Bennett's alive.
dementia.
Yeah, right. He's not performing anymore.
The last performance he did was with Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
But like Lady Gaga, she has, other than that jazz album, she has been pretty consistent with her music. It's kind of the same theme, but just different songs. And
But you will
she
also
has kind of mastered that.
But you will also see her prioritize acting now instead of music.
Yeah, because her music's
She'll be
not
putting-
selling as much.
Well,
But no one's music is.
right.
Ariana Grande, I love her, but her music is not. She hasn't been the best since Dangerous Woman. That was her best album, and everything else is just like, oh, I have a really nice vagina, or like all this other stuff. It's nothing of substance.
I have a really nice vagina. I do like that song. Although I think it's ripped off from an old Ween record. They didn't credit them for the
Well,
sampling.
no one wants to touch my vagina.
Alan, the movie Bill is thinking of is A Starve is Born. Thank you for that.
I like that.
You know, my good friend, about 10 years ago, and I haven't talked to her for a while, but my good friend Jeanette McCurdy was here on the show. She was the star of a show called iCarly. And then she had a little spin-off show called Sam and Cat. And she was on this show many years ago because she had a country album out. She wanted to sing, and we chopped it up for a little bit. She's got a book out. It's called I'm Glad My Mom Died.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. No, she did not like
And
her
it's
mom.
her holding...
I know.
She had an awful, awful relationship with her mother.
I watched a documentary on her, yeah.
It's her smiling, holding a pink urn. I love it.
That's the amount of petty.
I'm glad my mom died. Well, because she's like, I didn't want to act. She alluded to it. I wish I still had that tape, but I don't know of her here. But she was like, her mom was such a raging stage mother that she was kind of, you know, as they so many stage parents are, they're kind of trying to live vicariously through their kid, making them do things they didn't want to do. And she's like, you know, she announced a couple of years ago she was retiring from acting because she always hated it, didn't want to do it anymore. And she recounts these stories of her mom like dragging her to auditions and trying to make her mom happy, but her mom died of lung cancer or something. Her mom died of cancer in 2013, around the time that Sam and Cat spinoff. That's when I first saw Ariana Grande. It was Ariana Grande and Jeanette McCurdy. And Ariana Grande had been on that Victorious show with Victoria Justice.
correct.
And then they took the two kind of breakouts from those shows and put them on a show together. And I don't think it lasted very long.
I think it did like 2 seasons or
Well,
something. Maybe one.
but you'll notice it when
I
they-
saw Victoria Justice with my kids when they were little.
Yeah,
And,
I took my younger daughter to see Victoria Justice.
Yeah.
That's one of those pop shows where they'll sing a song 2 or 3 times
There was
because the kids don't notice.
Yeah. Well, that's
Or they
also-
love the song.
That's what the song. All they want to hear is the theme song to Victorious.
Right.
So they open with that, they close with that,
Yeah.
and then they do an encore with
Yeah,
that.
that's right. Back to back.
Yeah.
You want to hear it again? Yes, they go crazy.
And what was that? Like, was there a show called Rats or something, or like? Because like the kid that was opening for her was like another Disney Channel star they were trying to break.
Oh, I don't know. Those were all like Radio Disney tours for
Yeah.
a while. You'll notice, though, when they rebooted iCarly, Jeanette McCurdy was not part of that because she wanted nothing to do with it. She's like, I don't want to act. I don't care. But anyway, she's got a book out. It's called I'm Glad My Mom Died.
Wow. Yeah, no, I think that Sam and Cat
It's getting
show.
very good reviews.
I think that Sam and
She's
Cat.
lovely.
I think that Sam and Cat show got canceled was because Ariana Grande's career blew up.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because it did happen around that time, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, around like 2013. That was when she put out her first album.
That made my one kid so mad because they were way more into Victoria Justice. And
There could only be one.
Yep.
Someone's gonna get all the funding, and Ariana Grande hooked up with Scooter, and it was a wrap.
But she didn't really blow up the way they had anticipated either. She shot a movie here in Cleveland. Didn't
Yeah.
she shoot that fun-size movie here
Yep.
years ago? And I don't know that things happened the way they were going to for her. I know Jeanette McCurdy was dating, what's his name, for a while on the Pistons. Andre Drummond. They were
Yeah.
together for a while. But anyway, my good friend Jeanette McCurdy has not, we have not been in touch in a while, but the book is getting very, very good reviews.
Get her back. She's not gonna do like press for this book.
I'll
Have her
find
call.
out.
Yeah.
You know, we talk a lot about conservatorships here on the show. We've talked about celebrity conservatorships. Poundcake is obsessed with them. Whether
they're
it's
evil.
Britney
I can't
Spears,
wait till we start his.
Bill and I already have the wheels in motion to put him under one. But we don't often talk about the other end of that spectrum, which is old people under conservatorships. And there's an actress named Edie McClurg, who you'll recognize maybe by face, if not by name. And the people are saying, the people around her, her conservator, says that she's the victim of elder abuse and that she wants a restraining order against a guy living in her house who's supposedly taking care of her. She's 77 now, and she has dementia, and she's fighting a guy legally who's been living with her.
See, that's hard though, because how do you prove that? Regular everyday people have trouble proving sexual assault. Now,
Not sexual assault, elder abuse.
Well, elder abuse,
like being mean or pushing them or physical abuse. I don't think they're alleging sexual abuse. She's 77. I mean, with all due respect, I don't think that.
Okay.
They're saying that this guy tried to marry her.
Okay, so
to get that kind of thing. This poor woman, though, if you remember her, she put out a very brief statement about all the people that were trying to take advantage of her.
The sportos, the motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, dickheads.
Just makes you hurt for this woman.
I'm too afraid to put that. I'm gonna have to like live with my mom, or my mom's gonna have to live with me. If she gets too old, I don't have the heart to put her in a home. I just don't.
Or the money. It's very expensive.
Well, you sign away all their like valuables. Like, don't you sign off your house? Isn't that?
I don't know how it goes. Everyone I know who has a parent in a home, it's very expensive. If you want to put them in a place that you don't have to worry, that they're going to get caught on a teddy bear cam getting punched around or something. It's very expensive.
I can't do it. And I don't even want like no in-home nurse to take care of it either. I don't trust it. I don't trust nobody. I'm going to have to...
We know.
Making them do TikTok dances.
I'm going to have to like wash my mother and all that stuff.
Yes! Ugh. She gave birth to you, you ingrate.
I will. I said I will.
Wash my mother. Poundcake texted us in the group chat that somebody at work recognized his mom because of when she's been on here.
This was over the phone, though. She was
got a very distinctive voice.
Right.
She was calling in. Someone's literally probably like, beep. Like, oh, by the way, I got a life flight somebody. And someone's like, hey, do you have a son named Cody? She said, yes. Why do you ask? Hey. She's like,
why did you think they were asking?
Well,
she knows why they're asking.
She's like,
hey, do you have a son named Cody? Yes, I do. Why? Because he owes me $5,000. That's why. I mean, that's not going to be the other end of it.
It could be.
Mom, nobody wants to see that cop. We'll get the stickers.
Is that what they heard?
Probably.
Oh my gosh, are you Helpful Brown's mother?
Mom, nobody wants to see that cop. We'll get the stickers.
She sounds the same no matter where you play her.
So this person was talking to her on the phone?
Yeah, I think she was.
And they said, oh, they recognize her phone voice from here. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah, they recognized her voice.
And how did she respond to that? Should that make her happy?
She sent that to me over text.
She proud of her son?
I'm sure she is.
Yeah.
She's not getting recognized for any other thing.
For all the hard work she does.
Yeah, she
woman's a nurse. Oh.
But it was another nurse. I told you, my mom's a little socialite amongst her nursing friends there at the hospital.
Oh, I know.
It's a little network.
I get it.
So they
see nurses. They're all in the trenches together.
So my mom walks in, they're all at the nurse's station like, Teresa, you are never going to guess what your son said on the radio last night.
Oh, they're blowing you up.
Yeah. I can't get away with anything.
Sure. Well, you're not supposed to either. You don't do this worried about what your mom's going to think.
I'm not going to walk on eggshells.
That's right.
And then she
has a lacto-ovo allergy. I got to take a break. Hey, I'll have those Gabriel Iglesias tickets for you. Want to go see